out the middle. A gap, bigger gap.
The referee yelling for a bigger gap, and he keeps on saying red, 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 which is dangerous. They could find themselves conceding a penalty. Delate.
Onside red. It's a rack.
Away goes Troncon, just content to clear. Back goes Rhys-Williams. Cross to Gareth Thomas. Thomas goes with the little chip and chase. There's a good gap there. Dalan. And into touch. The tackle was a bit desperate from Sonny Parker, but it was effective.
It was desperate and it was necessary. He missed that one. Well, try was certainly on. Chip from Thomas. Goes nowhere, unfortunately.
Over Blue.
It'll recover it. And that's the tackle there. That's a big tackle.
David Thomas beaten to it at the back of the line out. Stoica using his power to drive it on up. Knocked forward by Italy. A very good result for Wales, because it looked for a moment as if they were going to be stretched again.
It's a desperate game, isn't it, John? It's tense. It's tight. I've got a feeling it's going to go down to the wire.
Cooper feeds. Wales have got to use it. And a penalty against Persico.
Ball's in the rack, offside, number 7.
Now, what will Stephen Jones decide to do here? It's about 55 metres and right in front. He's going for touch. Finds it just short of the 22.
Good kick, safe kick. Welsh line out, good position.
Still a feeling of anxiety around this Canberra stadium. Sidoli off the top. Again, good penetration. The pass knocked down. And this time not a deliberate knock-on, although there was just a sniff of it.
Why didn't you just call the knock for it?
Yes, it could have been. One hand, wasn't it? Normally you see one hand, it's deliberate.
Wait for it, no, come closer to the mark, Red. Bring it up, come closer to the mark, please. Crouch and hold, engage.
Better control from the Welsh scrum. Iestyn Harris, the pass away to Jones. Pass back inside to Gareth Thomas. And they've knocked it on, so Blue advantage. No advantage accrues. And it'll be a scrum down to Italy in the corner, but at least these mistakes happening deep inside the Italian 22.
Absolutely makes such a massive difference. Once again, lovely handling from the Welsh backs. Very creative, very dangerous.
Push straight, crouch and hold, engage.
2015, remember. Wales lead. And we're into the last quarter. And the drive goes on. Now that's exactly what Wales wanted. Italy forced by the turn of the scrum to go down the blind side, and when they did so, the tackles went in and drove the ball carrier into touch. Well, you can see the line. David Jones comes up with it this time. And Wales getting a bit of a drive on. And a penalty against Italy too. They're not going to need it. Well, it looks as if it was that man Brent Cobain with his first try.
Different ones this time. Wales went long at the line out, gave them plenty of options. Keep your eye on Cobain. I think he burst through them. No, it's not Cobain. Looks to me like
it's David Jones. David Jones, the flanker. Yep, there we can see it. David Jones. Never a more important try. David Jones breaks his duck for Wales. Amazingly, such a terrific back row player, he hadn't scored, and he breaks his duck too. That is a hugely important try for Wales.
And it was Jones that won the line out. They threw to the back, gave them more room.
Well, that's a hugely important try because Wales now 27-15 ahead. David Jones starting it and finishing it. And this, of course, would guarantee Wales a place in the quarter-finals, and that quarter-final probably against England. Wales still have to play New Zealand, but this is Italy's final pool game. Italy have made another substitution. Palmer has come on for Persico. Scott Palmer, another New Zealand-born player like Matthew Phillips, but like Aaron Persico. Palmer and Phillips are both qualified through residence. Persico qualified through his grandparents. First knock forward from Wales.
Bring it in closer, crouch and hold. Engage.
This game still by no means won. There's 15 minutes left. And Wales have got to keep the pressure on.
Straight, so don't look over here.
One thing Wales don't want to do is let Italy back into it. They did it at the start of the second half. Don't want to do it again.
Free kick. Italy. Wales pushing too early. Lo Cicero. Troncon to Delape. Stoica trying to set up Palmer. Penalty to Wales. Holding on the ground in the tackle. The support wasn't there, and there was a Welshman on his feet trying to get the ball.
I've got to say, John, really 3 tries to 0. It's a mark of how creative the Welsh team are. They can just work on that ball possession, retaining possession. There's real hope out there.
Remember, when this match is finished, do stay with us if you can, because there's France v Scotland here on ITV, beginning at 11:30. So plenty more rugby still to come, and tomorrow morning, also on ITV1, another double-header, that Argentina-Ireland clash, followed by England against Samoa. Cooper changes his mind well.
Leave at 19.
McBride sets it up midfield. Jones, David Jones. The last pass, he couldn't quite hold on to it. It was Iestyn Harris almost finding Mark Jones for what would have been a 4th try.
And well deserved as well. Again, it's lovely handling, forwards and backs combined, keeping the ball in hand. It was in this there, wasn't it?
Nothing wrong with the pass. Mark Jones still seems to be struggling with that leg injury that he incurred very early on in the game. It's a wonder he's managed to fight his way through it, but just needing some attention now, perhaps a bit of cramp.
He's had plenty of ball, that's probably why he's got cramp. He could have been fit, and he caught that, he would have scored.
McBride also in trouble. Gareth Thomas, he's been a tower of strength. Thomas still just one try short of Ian Evans' Welsh record of 33.
There's no engage call, just wait for it. Crouch and hold. Engage. Don't have your hand on the ground. Hand up, hand up. Crouch and hold.
Big drive by the Welsh pack, catching the Italians out, but they get the ball away. Macarua, knowing there's nothing on there, just has to clear to touch. And Wales will settle for a line out just outside the 22.
That'll do. Great Welsh scrummaging. Just keep them there, wind down the clock. Italy have got to score 2 converted tries. Haven't looked like scoring 1 so far.
Substitution. Forward's already gone. Just hold them, Kelvin. Hold them. Number 5.
Again, the changes from Italy now. On comes Christian Bezzi. Off comes number 5, Santiago Delape. And we've just had Perugini going on for Lo Cicero. Cobain off the top, but Cooper couldn't hold on to it and knock on.
He'll be annoyed with himself for this.
Stay down in the scrum.
He's done well, Cooper, since he's been on.
Again, and you could hear Wales calling for that big scrum after they'd made the mistake, and they put right the line-out error with a penalty.
Scrimmage well, Wales, in the game right from the start. Had 2 early ones that had Italy in trouble, and now they're really getting dominant.
And Wales very happy to run down the clock, and that's one of the reasons I think why Iestyn Harris has gone for goal.
Yeah, this will do fine.
They're not interested, of course, in bonus points. They know that a win takes them through the pool stages into a quarter-final, probably against England. But England still have to get past Samoa. Red-hot favourites, but the Samoans won't lie down. There goes the kick. Just misses by the right post. Cooper makes no mistake that time. Stephen Jones hoists it high. Oh, and he leapt well too. The open place and no offside, and Scott Palmer perfectly allowed to pick that one up. Bergamasco takes it away. Oh, but then Italy lost it forward, so turnover at just the right moment for Wales. Away goes Mark Jones, chasing the kick. Jones gets in a second tackle.